Hello, before we begin this video on what professional development in Rotaract looks like, I would like to briefly introduce myself. My name is Jessica Voss. I'm a student studying biology at Duke University in North Carolina. I'm also a former director of professional development and the president-elect of the Rotaract Club of Duke University. I hope that this video gives you some insight into the role of professional development for your club. Let's begin on making sure we have an understanding of what professional development even is. To put it quite simply, professional development is the process of growing the skills needed to work in a professional workplace. These skills can range from learning how to work with others, networking, self-management, how to keep a deadline, all sorts of things related to this. Now, as a director of professional development, it is your responsibility to give your club members opportunities to grow these said skills. My club, the Rotaract Club of Duke University, ensures that the responsibilities of the Director of Professional Development are clear through our bylaws. The details can be slightly different between clubs, but ours believes that the Director of Professional Development should review members' suggestions for professional development activities, develop plans for lead, organize, and implement professional development activities, communicate with local Rotary clubs, Rotary International, and the Duke Alumni Association for support and volunteers. And lastly, secure opportunities in leadership, public speaking, team building, and professional relations for members. It can be quite a lot, but generally the idea is that directors of professional development should provide professional development opportunities and consider thoughts of members in implementing these opportunities. There are many ways to fulfill giving your members professional development opportunities. You can host guest speakers, which can give your members useful insight on a topic. My club recently had a person talk about how to get a job in a lab at my university. We chose to have him speak because many of our members showed an interest in getting a position in a lab. You can also host workshops. Past workshops my club has had include resume or LinkedIn workshops. It is a good way to teach members hands-on on how to do a skill. Another way is to have professional outings or job shadowing, where your members can get a first-hand experience in a workplace. Additionally, you can host career fairs. I will get into this later, but my club does something called Career Night. Please keep in mind that these are only some ways of providing professional development opportunities to your members. Be creative in what you come up with and choose what to do. As I said, there are many ways to do all these things, but I believe it can be helpful to provide you with some examples of ways to have professional development opportunities in your club. Please note that these examples represent just a tiny fraction of the many possibilities out there. One event my club does is Career Night. Again, a sort of career fair. In Career Night, we have a bunch of Rotarians in the area and a wide variety of careers come and speak to Rotaractors. We have professionals from dentists and doctors to private investigators and lawyers come to Career Night. We select what professions we want to have at Career Night by having our members fill out a form on what careers or college majors that they are interested in considering. This allows us to tailor the event into a useful experience. We set them up in tables where Rotaractors can move around and introduce themselves. This event is a great way for our members to get a better understanding of their possible career paths and to work on networking. Due to the pandemic, we had to host the event over Zoom using Zoom breakout rooms this year instead of tables. But this allowed us to include Rotarians from all over the United States and get even more people from different careers at our event. Events like Career Night are very valuable in fostering connections with other Rotary clubs. Having events like these, the relationship between clubs becomes stronger. This allows members to learn from other members in terms of personal and professional skills, and allows clubs to possibly collaborate on even larger projects. I would also like to remind you that as a Rotaract club, it can also be important to include Interact clubs in events. A second event that the Rotaract Club of Duke University does is Service Above Self. Service Above Self, which hopefully you know is a Rotary motto, is a speaker series that our club hosts. We have 2 speakers from local Rotary clubs and 1 Rotary Peace Fellow. They come and speak on how Rotary has impacted their lives and some ways their projects have impacted others. This includes things like how they got involved in Rotary and how their career path intertwines with Rotary itself. Each speaker talks for around 15 to 20 minutes, and afterwards we leave time for questions and mingling. We also provide some food and beverages to make the event feel even more social. Since we are located in the southeast of the United States, having sweet tea is always a big hit. It is a fun evening for our club, and we can learn a lot from our speakers. It is always interesting to hear about the diversity present within Rotary International. Speakers always come in with a new and unique perspective. As I mentioned, one of the 3 speakers for our Service Above Self event is a Rotary Peace Fellow. I find that this speaker always has so much to offer since as a fellow studying in the United States, they are actually not from the United States. Every year, Rotary Peace Centers around the world fund those who have done amazing community service to study there. There are globally 6 Rotary Peace Centers, and they are dedicated to promoting peace. You can see their locations on the map on the slide. The Rotary Peace Fellows are envisioned as being leaders and catalysts for peace in their communities. One of the Rotary Peace Centers, and the only one in the United States, is actually the Duke UNC Peace Center, which, since we are the Rotaract Club of Duke University, is very convenient for us. They host a wide variety of events and are always willing to come speak to our club. They're a very beneficial resource to take advantage of. I encourage you to reach out to the Rotary Peace Center closest to you and see what they have to offer. For the Duke UNC Peace Center, you can find them in the link provided in the slide. Another useful resource for professional development activities is Toastmasters International. Toastmasters is an international organization that focuses on teaching public speaking and leadership skills. Rotary and Toastmasters actually have a close connection and an alliance program. You can learn more about this relationship on the link on this slide. Toastmasters has all types of activities that you can choose from to help with your club. Our club actually uses Toastmasters as well, but mainly for something called table topics. For this, members get called on randomly to give an impromptu 2-minute speech about a unique, fun topic. These topics include things like what is the best ice cream topping and what is your favorite smell. There are also wilder topics out there like, at 5 years old, we all dreamed to be a teacher or a fireman. At 15 years old, we all dreamed to play or sing with a rock and roll band. But tell us why your dream would to be a shoe. Again, Toastmasters has many different activities, but our club finds that table topics is a great way for members to work on public speaking in a fun, low-stress environment. You can check out their website and see what may work for your club. One new thing that our club has tried out for the first time this year was something called Members Connect. It was started by the Rotaract Club of Toronto, Canada. In their club, they would have 2 volunteers come together. These members are then tasked with presenting on something fun that the members are mutually interested in. At the next meeting, they give a 5 to 10 minute presentation on the selected topic. This topic can be on practically anything. My club actually just started doing Members Connect, but in a slightly different form. Due to the recent pandemic, my club had to adapt this idea into a virtual Zoom format and have members present individually. On this slide, you can see one of my members actually giving a presentation about the Mothman while wearing homemade moth antennae. So when I said the topic chosen can be on anything, it really can. Hopefully in the future, my club will be able to continue to do Members Connect, but in person. Despite the changes we had to make due to the pandemic, Members Connect served as a great way to help gain public speaking skills and have members learn more about each other. Oftentimes, we'd come together as a club and just talk about club-related topics and things. Members Connect help our members learn more about each other outside of the context of the club, especially since we had to meet online this year. This later helps our members gain beneficial relationships with each other. Something I would also like to touch on is mentorship. A large part of professional development does not just occur through speakers, workshops, or events, but also mentorship as well. So let's dive into just a little bit of how this looks in terms of Rotaract. In mentorship, you traditionally have an older, wiser mentor and then a mentee. The bond between Rotaractors and Rotarians can look a lot like this, where the Rotaractor is the mentee and the Rotarian is the mentor. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, Rotaractors can learn a lot from Rotarians. As the Rotaractor navigates their life, which during college can often be quite a challenge, they have an additional support from the Rotarian in terms of community service, but also personal and professional life goals. In fact, there might be some mentorship programs already in your area, so make sure to check them out. If not, it does not hurt to start your own with another Rotary club in your area. Another newer type of mentorship being studied by psychology is Comentorship. This model is actually being piloted as a program by the Ascension Rotaract Network. In this type of mentorship, there is no mentor or mentee roles, but an equivalent role where each person is both a mentor and a mentee. So in this type of mentorship, both the Rotaractor and Rotarian learn from each other. It is not only one-way direction of mentorship like traditional mentorship models. This is another type of program I encourage you to consider and possibly start within your own club. As we wrap up, I just want to end on the big takeaways that I hope you got from this presentation. Professional development is a large part of Rotaract and is really important for your members. Providing opportunities to grow these skills can occur through many different ways. I encourage you to see what sort of opportunities work well for your club or trying a variety of methods. These include things like resume workshops, career nights, or speakers. Another part is to foster mentorship, which can allow not only members to learn from others, but in the case of Comentorship, to learn from each other. With all these different ways of providing professional development opportunities, do what seems to inspire or interest your members. There is not just one way to do professional development. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any further questions, you can reach out to the Ascension Rotaract Network at ascensionrotaract@gmail.com or ascensionrotaract.com. Thank you.